Make sure you subscribe to see more content like this.
Hogan decided about a year ago, the last WrestleMania in New Orleans. And he told me, because I just want to thank you. And he said, you saved wrestling. And I said, I thought, that's a nice compliment, but I thought, that's a pretty strong statement to make, that I saved wrestling. And I said, I appreciate that, or something. He said, no, I'm not kidding. I said, you saved wrestling. He goes, we don't know where, after ‹Hulkamania and the Hulk period, which was so big, that it almost, I guess, in some wrestlers' opinion, Sergeant Slaughter's, is that it was almost died after that, especially with the scandals. And if you look at that whole time period, it went from Hulk Hogan, like you said, Warrior, and Macho Man. And Macho Man was a great wrestler. But I was not a guy that was famous for my charisma so much as I was famous for great matches. I think I brought wrestling back to the forefront of the business, rather than about how big your arms were, how big how tall you were, or how. And I think in a lot of ways I take that as a huge compliment, and I think that I did do a lot to sort of remind people that it's not bodybuilding, it's pro wrestling. And, I don't care how big your arms are. You can't put a headlock on, or you don't know how to do a takedown, or I don't think you're a great wrestler.
Yeah, I've heard about the charisma critique regarding you, but I mean, it's look, you got Hulk's dynamic personality. You got the Ultimate Warrior talking about the gods in Olympus battling, and then raging in heaven, stuff like that. And with you, though, it was always, it was a different tone. It was a serious tone. It's like, this guy means business. So I don't think it was a lack of charisma per se. I think it was more it was an understated, your whole portrayal and your promos and all that. So it brought about a more serious aspect to the wrestling. And I thought it was effective. It was, it was different than what was before for, the previous few years. But again, it ushered in a whole new dynamic that I thought was very successful. Yeah.
I think in order to be a really great wrestler, you have to be a really great fan first. And I was a fan of wrestling. I mean, I studied it and watched it all my life. From the time I was about 4 or 5 years old, I watched it like every week. Watched some of the best wrestlers in the world wrestle. And I had the best seat. I was front row with the timekeeper, sitting at his table, looking up. And, I really got educated to what really good wrestling was. And I know that there's, charisma is a big part of it, and promos